Let's play two truth, one lie. Men are in vulnerable positions. The government really cares about you. Men are important for society. Well, what's your answer? Which do you think? It's November 19 and it's International Men's Day. So I want to take the time to send a big shout out to all the men in society who are making a positive impact on our society. Now, first thing I want to discuss briefly is that yes, men are in vulnerable positions. Yes, they are. We are. A lot of men, especially because our society's laws are from one era, but our society is in a totally different era. The level of paternity fraud, for example, back in the days, once a child was born within the confines of a marriage, it was assumed that the husband is the father, right? And for the most part, that's probably still true. However, there is still a prevalent for paternity fraud, and a lot of persons feel like, it's just a one jacket, just work with it, right? And they come up with all different kind of excuse, but the reality is that if I did not make this bed, why should I lie in it? So I say this to say that men are in there are a lot of vulnerabilities that happen with men. One other vulnerabilities that happen with men is the fact that divorce laws were from a year where women did not work, and as a result of women not working, the the divorce laws would have favored them, in that divorce would have mentioned that women are supposed to get a significant portion of what the man has, 50% to be exact. Now, this is because it was assumed that while a woman would not go to work, they would be doing things behind the scene to allow the men to go to work. They would be washing, cooking, taking care of the kids, that sort of thing. We live in a world now where women don't even want to breed. And women know that society sees them as this soft, delicate flower who can't do no wrong. So they utilize that. And this is not to bash women. It's not what I'm doing. I'm just stating clearly that when it comes to society, a lot of men are afraid to get divorces because it's not very favorable for them. They're likely to lose everything they work so hard for, and so a lot of time they give up their balls, they lose their seed, right, to these women, because it's easier for them to keep what they have and take the disrespect than to not take the disrespect and then lose everything that they have. So because women are considered to be so weak and men so strong, even weak men they are considered strong. So it's as if society think that having a shaft and a pair of balls makes you invulnerable to anything. So as I'll say again, we are vulnerable. We are human. it is within the realm of possibility that we get scared, that we need help, that we cry, that we are sad. It's within the realm, right? If you look at the statistics, you see that male suicide rate is through the roof. If you look at the statistics and you think about it, if you know a man, if you know 100 men, chances are 3-4 of them are gonna die by way of suicide. And it doesn't matter if you think they're stable, their brain is stable or whatever. You don't know what it will take to lick them chip. And once them chip lick, we see a lot of times we are always sorry for a lot of persons and we don't think what caused it. Because remember, to every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. We have to think not just what has happened, we also have to think about what caused what happened to happen. And that's where a lot of persons make the mistake. They don't understand that that's this thing that happened then because of something else. No, we've taken the time to belittle men's issue and to treat it as something that's not important. We sweep it under the sofa because it's not under the rug, because with the amount of men's issue that society has, then it would make a bulge. Somebody would notice something. We totally overlook it, even though men make paid more taxes and all these things. So we are forced from very young to go in a position where we are supposed to provide. So we are told very young that's all we're good for. And so we spend most of our lives trying to be this image that others say we are supposed to be. Now, let us look now at the contributions that men have made to society, because we've made a lot. If you drive a car, if you are using the internet, you are enjoying something that men did. Men are the ones, the majority, who work on power lines. They work on your internet connection and your cable and your satellite. They are the ones who are working to keep society going. They work on your gas pipe, right? They fix your ACs. They do the construction for that warm house that you live in. They build your beds, your chairs, your tables. They are the ones doing all these things. They are the officers, the police, who go out to ensure that the world is safe. And I believe that majority of us don't take the opportunity to realize how important men are to society. A society, a lot of persons think that a society can run without men because they look at the surface but they don't see what's underneath. Yes, spokespersons for companies such as electricity company, utility companies might be female, but who is actually doing the work to keep everything working? So we need to spend some time now to appreciate that men are making contributions to society. They're not just taking from society. And it's very important that on today of all days, we take the opportunity to be able to say thanks to our men who are making contribution. We go and we check all our men to ensure that they are safe and in good health. Encourage them to, visit their doctors and keep in good shape. Because our men, or our fathers, or brothers, or friends, or uncles, we need these persons in our lives. We need them in society. And a lot of times they're going to disappoint us, but more times than not, they're going to come through. Whether they are going to come through willingly or by force, it doesn't matter. A lot of times we have to just work with what we are given. So a lot of times we end up, being a victim of fraud, such as paternity fraud. Right? We are expected to pursue. A lot of times we try and it comes off in basically the wrong sense. So we're here, we're taking the chances, we're opening up ourselves, we are being vulnerable. So we ask that you take a moment to remember the men that make society possible. Alright, continue discussion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm Richard. Bye for now, and you stay safe.